We're discussing the Indian of Shmir Sanayim, trying to work on, be careful with where we look at. Of course, it's open halachas. One could look it up. Even Ezer, Siman Chaf Aleph, of what a person should not look at, and particularly relevant to men more than women. But even women, of course, should take care in what they are looking at, the influence of what they see. There's an unbelievable idea brought the Sefer Machazei Einayim. He writes, Ki hara ba'a chadri leva adam. Evil penetrates the chambers of a person's heart. Amok, deep, very deep. Al pirai seinayim, from what a person sees. Beyeser az, stronger. Me'asher ba'al pi mishma eizin, stronger than what comes in from a person hears. Ve'ein dai mishmi l'riyah. Listening is not the same as seeing. Paraphrasing the Lashon Chazal, ein dai mishmi l'riyah. Seeing something is more powerful than hearing something. And basically he says that a person sees something you shouldn't see, it penetrates, impacts a person in a more powerful way than hearing something. We know ourselves that we can remember things that we saw, usually easier than things we heard. So besides the halacha of mutter and asar, there's also the idea of we're searching, working on connecting to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is the purpose of Torah and mitzvah, is connection to Hashem, and not being careful with what we see definitely can separate us, can distance us from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So we have to be so careful. We ask in davening, V'ahar einenu b'seira secha. Hashem should enlighten our eyes in your Torah. We need to be careful with our eyes in order that we should be zocheh to v'har einenu b'seira secha. We should be zocheh to that kedusha, that connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Chavetz Chaim writes in Shmir HaSalash, in the end of Chelek Beis, that speech, hearing, and seeing is kochos hanefesh. It's powers of the soul. It's not really just physical. What does it mean your eyes see? It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave this incredible gift of vision that works through the eyes, hearing works through the ears, speech works through the mouth, but it's not exactly just something physical. It's not tangible. And then the Chavetz Chaim writes that after a person passes away, even though his body may disintegrate, but the soul returns to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And basically he says that the soul retains in it these kochos of speech, of vision, of hearing. And he says something scary, that someone who's not careful with what he looks at, it's hefker to him, it's reckless, he's not trying. So then, chas v'shalom, he becomes blind. And he's not able to see the light of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, lachzais, b'nayim Hashem. And he says, the more a person damages his vision of Kedusha in this world, then there's that damage of the person's vision in the next world. The same with speech, the same with hearing. These special kochos are damaged if we don't use them properly. So it's a big avoda, like we spoke about yesterday, and we have to realize we're up in a tremendous nisayon. Person should never give up. Person never despair. Person has to realize the great reward a person gets every time they overcome and understand that we're living in a difficult generation, but we cannot absolve ourselves from this fight and say, that's it. I can't take on this fight. And chas v'shalom, it becomes like hefker. Person always should try to improve in these areas of Shmir Sanayim, and therefore be zocheh to the Kedusha, the connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for listening to the Guard Your Eyes Daily Chizuk broadcast. Pass them on to your friends and help spread Kedusha in the world.